Hello, and thank you for clicking on my video. If you like the content I'm creating, please subscribe. That really helps me a lot. All right, let's get started into today's DevOps SRE interview question. Let me make this window a little bigger so you can see better. Okay, here we go. So the question is, which problems does Kubernetes solve? Sometimes it comes in a different format. Something like, why do we even need Kubernetes? Why do you like Kubernetes? What does it do for you? Any other kinds of format, but the answer is the same. Basically, you're trying to figure out, why do you like Kubernetes? What does it do for you? What problems does it solve, right? So if you want to think about the answer for a second, pause, and I will give you a list of answers in just a second. Okay, so as soon as we start using Docker or containers in general, we run into several problems, and the list is as follows, but I'm going to talk about them each one in a second. But Kubernetes solves all these problems. I've seen companies who tried to solve these problems on their own, either because they were not aware of Kubernetes or because when they had these problems, Kubernetes wasn't a mature production solutions. Anyway, so let's get started with the list of things. Orchestrations. If we have 10,000 containers running on your platform, you need a way to orchestrate these things into services and whatnot, scaling up and down. All of those things are automatically done through Kubernetes. It's already solved for you. Second one, inter-container communication. So if you have more containers running, the web container might need to talk to the database container or the middleware container or what have you. They need a way to communicate between each other. Kubernetes solves that problem. Auto scaling. Kubernetes solves this problem very easily without almost no effort at all. It's super easy to solve that with the YAML files. Observability, meaning if you wanted to see what's happening with the containers or your hosts, or how much resource they're taking, is there a problem or not, all of these things, if we wanted to know from a macro point of view, Kubernetes has solutions for those. So as soon as your containers are running as a part of your Kubernetes platform or cluster, you get to know what's happening with these containers and services. Security. It's not Kubernetes is not super secure. It has problems, but at least it comes with a pretty solid security. For example, when the containers live and die, it's very hard to break into them. VMs, for example, they live forever. They live for a long time, and if we're not if we're not patching those virtual machines, they become liable to hacking. Containers don't have this problem. You can, because it's a one layer below the virtual machine. It's hard to get to them in the first place, but also it's very quick to patch the containers, shut the old ones down, bring up new ones, and you're done. Which is a much harder proposition when you're running on virtual machines. It also Kubernetes also gives you ways to have persistent data that don't die just because the containers die. Containers by itself, they're peripheral, so they live and die. But if you wanted to have shared volumes or persistent volumes, you can have them as part of Kubernetes cluster, independent of the container. So Kubernetes also solves that problem. So there are a few more, but at least these are the main ones that Kubernetes solves. So if an interviewer asks you, why do you need Kubernetes? What problem does it solve? Why do you like it? That kind of line of questioning, these would be the answers they need to provide. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.